My name is Chris Rapley, and I know, just like myself, many of you have procrastinated and finally getting something done and doing what you need to do. So guess what? I just decided enough of just trying to get started and just go for it. And so, welcome to Go For It with Chris Rapley. Today I have Marlisa Bailey. This is my guest with Transform Her. Oh my goodness, the things that she has done in this community is amazing. And enough of me just doing the introduction. Marlisa, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Chris. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and listen, many times you have helped me. I remember one time I had this lady, like, as soon as she got off the plane, come help me with an assignment that I need. As soon as she got off the plane, she came from all the way from California, got back, and I said, hey, I need you. And she came in, so when I told her that I had something that I wanted to do, she said, let's do it, and go for it. So, tell us your story.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, you just have to go for it, right? Because we forever try to figure out, dates to do things. And so, one of the things is, I am originally from Birmingham, Alabama. And I'm a woman living in long-term recovery. And, what that means is that I've been on a healing journey, a transformation journey since 2015, on a journey towards wholeness. And because of my recovery, I truly know today that my experience on this journey is to give other women, other people permission to heal and to be able to find freedom and to be able to just truly discover things about themselves from the inside out. So that's just a part of, as far as a whole, what I'm doing in my life, because there's a lot of pockets in that. But that's kind of where my brain, what Transform Her started. I mean, the origin of that started in 2016. I went to work at a makeup counter temporarily, and did that for a couple of years, and that just wasn't my background. But everything that I do, I give it my all. And when I went to do that, I left. And when I left, I broke up with makeup. I was like, hey, I've done what I'm going to do. And then now, let's go on to the next thing. Well, you know how you hear maybe this phrase, chasing the dream?
Right.
Man, this dream chased me. Women reached out to me after I left that makeup counter to ask for my services, and I knew that I couldn't do no makeup. I knew good and well that it couldn't be the makeup. But what I found is that something powerful happened when women sat in that chair. And in that, I sat up in 2016 in my bed, and audibly said, Transform Her. I knew that was my purpose, and that's my passion.
So, when you, like you said, sit these ladies in chairs, and you start working on them. And it's not just about working on their face, but working on their soul. It's a lot about the conversation that you're having with these women, correct?
For sure.
So you're building these women, and it's like a construction company. You start with the foundation, and then you move on to the next level and the next level. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you have a complete project. What's that like?
Actually, that's a great analogy. And so in construction, though, thinking about that, it actually starts with the skincare, cleaning off the land. And so when we clean that off, that's where it started to be able to just do some skincare. How do we, cleanse and exfoliate and then re-moisturize, like add moisture back? Like, how do we sweep away the debris, clean away the dirty things, clean away the day, clean away the experience, and then exfoliate, sweep away any debris that's left? Because you can't build, not that I've never done construction, but I don't think they can just build on something that they haven't flattened and cleaned, and made level ground for the foundation to start, and then adding back into pouring back in afterwards. It's a 3-step that I was, with the cleansing process, but pouring back in after you've stripped away all those things is what would happen. And so it was a we thing. It wasn't me doing it, I always included the women in the conversation. And for some reason, every single woman that, if it was their first encounter with me, they would ask me, like, where are you from? Why are you in Albany? And so I didn't have permission to keep it to myself. So I believe that the Lord made it where I had to tell people why I was here, whereas I had no intention on saying I was here for recovery. That was not in my plan. But of course, I decided to be obedient. I didn't have a choice.
And being able to share that you're living a life of recovery. I mean, you know, it's like, you know, my wife, she's also living a life of recovery, and y'all connect. And it's like, you know, I've worked with you on several different occasions, and to see everyone just gather and love on each other, and make sure that everyone knows that it's okay not to be okay.
That's right.
And it's okay to talk about it. So even when it's tough times, and you know, of course, that's when most people, what they want to say, relapse. When it's tough times, how do you keep going and not fall back on something that would take you down?
You know, there are a lot of things have happened over the last 10 years that truly could have caused me to have a setback. But it ends up being one decision. Do I want to live or do I want to die? And what I know is that I didn't get to where I am without, you know, my faith, without my faith in God, and trusting that God put me in a place, you know, he definitely intentionally placed me where he placed me in this city, and knowing that he placed me with people to help me along the way, people that had the blueprint, that had already walked a walk that I needed to be willing to follow, and also giving me my own light to, you know, create taillights for others to follow. So one of the things that I know is that the breaking of my heart in this process also is the making of my heart when it's difficult times. And I have to remember that.
You know, I know we talked about the makeup. We talk about, you know, the living a life of recovery. But when I first met you, you were aspiring to be an actress, correct?
Yes, right.
Right. And so I know you're right. I know you have projects in your belly. So I want to know, what's the plans for Transform Her Productions?
To go for it. It's just like your podcast says, man. Just to go for it. So about 9 years ago is when I met you
at the MS Walk,
at the MS Walk, in which I was so grateful to find a walk to walk for my mother, because she's been diagnosed with MS for about 38 years. So, but that's when I was sharing that, you know, hey, I wanted to be an actress. And so I was just like so excited that you were filming that. I was like, this is my debut. Let me just say. And for me, that was truly my debut, because of it doesn't always have to be what I think it to be. It's being able to seek God more and be able to see him in the things and find the gratitude in being in front of that camera and having opportunity to say why I was at that walk, being able to just, you know, have a voice today. And so Transform Her Productions is more about you know, storytelling. People connect with storytelling, and authentic experiences for people that have been on a transformative journey, to include myself, more so about conversations that are uncomfortable, but they're authentic. Conversations about truth and reality. You know, I am a dreamer. I'm very creative. You know, I feel like I'm a visionary. But at the end of the day, true stories is what resonates with other people. That's how I started to heal, is someone sat across from me and said, I felt that way before. I've experienced that. We may not have the exact same, you know, symptom in terms of alcohol, drugs, or whatever other isms, but I felt the things that you felt. I've had similar experiences, and that in itself is more powerful than a person saying, to me, it was more powerful than someone saying, well, I know how to write a prescription for you. No, the prescription was in the blueprint. And so for me, I believe that I have my own blueprint. And who else is better to share that blueprint but me, and connect with other people to do the same.
So can we see a one person show? How would they call that when there's one person, just you on stage telling your story?
Ooh, I don't know. I go for it.
Yeah, we need to
do something.
Yeah.
Because it's so interesting. It's been the story that I plan to keep to myself, even as far back as 2016 or 17. I've run across so many people that they catapult me into a place where I have to share my story, right? I really have a person that's really close to my heart, that Lakeisha Bruce. And she was my professor and in public speaking class at Albany Tech. And I got an assignment on addiction. And I was like, ugh. And I tried to change the assignment. And without telling her why, because I had not shared that I was in recovery. And when I did share that with her, she finally said to me, she was like, I will not change that assignment. And she's the first person that truly gave me permission to share my story. And I am forever grateful for that.
Yeah. You know, you do a lot of things in the community when it comes to recovery and helping people battle addiction. So I really appreciate that. Before we leave, let's talk more about your brand, because this right here is something amazing. Matter of fact, while we was getting started and, working out, she showed my wife some things, so I know I'm going to have to spend some money in the future. Tell me about these brands.
Oh my goodness. Well, so Transform Her brand, it ends up being, this is my lipstick line here, and I just want to say how excited and happy I am about Transform Her brand. This is a liquid velvet lipstick, and for me, this specific one, I don't even know where I'm supposed to look. This specific one is this is Betty Boo, right? I started out in 2021, I believe, trying to create something for women because we were being masked up. And for me, I wear lip color. But at the time, I started out and was able to launch a highlighter. Because since we had on masks and we couldn't wear makeup, I wanted to be able to highlight, at least we could highlight our cheeks. Because it was just like a whole situation. We didn't know what was happening, right? Well, that was the first product. And I have since, come with other products like color products. And my skincare line is my staple, where it has the 3-step that I talked about, which this is a mini, where it has the cleanser, the toner, and then a moisturizer. But then I wanted to be able to find something that just really made impact. Lip colors are great, but lipstick gets on everything. I believe that matte lasts longer. Matte is you'll have either glossy or a matte or, a creamy lipstick. Matte has tended to be the one that would kind of feel stiff. So I wanted something that would go on almost like a cream, but to finish in a matte finish. And I know this is all like you don't even know, but it's all right. It's all right.
How she know, baby?
I know, because you just yawned, and that was an indicator.
Yeah.
But I pay attention. You literally yawned.
I did not yawn. I was tired. I've been up since like 6 in the morning. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. But
so the whole thing about it was I finally was able to launch a product for women with color that would last long once you applied this to, and I want to be able to, so I have on 2 colors right now. I have on the Betty Boo, and then I have on Tangelo in the center. Well, the thing about it is being able to apply it to your skin. It goes on liquidy, right? And then when it dries, it will finish as a matte, and that means that it's non-glossy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after it dries matte, then you'll be happy about this, is that all the little kisses, all the little kisses, all the little kisses don't transfer to skin. And so that makes spouses very happy, partners or whatever. And it also wears for 6 to 8 hours.
Mm.
And so what women, if you wear lip color, we want to be able to wear it for quite some time. We don't want to have to reapply, but generally you do. So for me, I was like, okay, so Betty Boo is a craze. I sold out 4 different times. So I have about 19 colors available. And one of the things is that it is the best thing since cotton candy. There are all types of shades that are available. It is available locally, online at fancyfacesbymarlisa.com or at the Showroom Boutique downtown. And it's life-changing.
So,
what did you ask me? Did I not tell you?
No.
Oh.
You know, my thing is that not to be messy, but you say spouses would be happy. Also, side chicks.
Well, it won't get messed up if they get jumped on.
But you can't get jumped on if you're not caught because they can kiss you. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, it is the best thing, but it comes off on shirts. It comes off on shirts.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you put that formula in there.
I make sure I am definitely a divorcee. Okay? So.
And.
It's a little bit of magic.
With that being said.
But you know,
we have fun here.
Yeah.
We go for it. But
we do go for it. But yeah. I love that this has been such a great asset to just the line. It's something that I'm so really grateful for.
Yeah.
Never thought that I would get to that place. And also, it's just, I just never thought this wasn't what I thought coming to, go into recovery. I was just like, I'm going to go, I'm going to get better, I'm going to go back to the A, and then I'm going to pick up my life. This is where life found me.
And not only did you pick up your life, but you saving lives. You are saving lives. And, we worked on projects before when I worked at another place. And all jokes aside, you're saving lives. I've seen you touch people. So, you are here because it's a purpose. It's here because of a reason. You went through what you went through because you were strong enough to make it.
It was God's grace and mercy. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's God's grace that carries me continually, for real. Because if it were just up to me, I know for a fact that in my own strength, I want to be able to do this. And I get to work alongside other people. Like, here's the thing, I don't have to carry a torch by myself. I get to be a part of like a community and a fellowship of people that are, in some ways closer than biological family. And we hold each other up. We hold each other up. People hold up my arms. I hold up other people's arms. We lock shields and we hold a line, baby. That's what we do. And so I'm glad that I don't have to do it by myself. And we get to lock shields with allies like yourself. And I love the fact that I get to spend some time with your wife and understand, being able to see yet another woman that looks like me, that we do recover.
That's right.
Yeah. I got chills on that one.
Yeah. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
All jokes aside, because, the stereotype and just the statistics, show different.
Mm-hmm. And stigma.
Yeah.
The stigmas, and guess what? Stigma isn't new, because I was definitely guilty of stigma, of what I thought an alcoholic looked like, what I thought, a person that was actively in their addiction, what that looked like. I never saw recovery, so I didn't know that it was real. And now I am living, breathing proof, and a walking miracle, man. Ain't nothing better than that. For sure.
For real. You know, it was a pleasure having you. I mean, it's a pleasure having you. Every time we do something that's special, even when I was, we was talking earlier about Joshua. I was supposed to, host it, but you and him hit it off. So, we tried to get Linda to be here, but she didn't. Linda didn't want to do it. But,
we tried.
We tried. Hopefully,
but we're not giving up.
We're not giving up. We're gonna get her so she can get in the seat and I can get back there. Yeah, but actually today she's working behind the scenes, y'all. She's working the camera. She's working the switches. She's doing a great job.
Talk about teamwork makes the dream work. It's all about partnership and connection, and you guys make such a dynamic duo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, we made it. We went for it.
We did.
And we made it.
We went for it. We made it.
So I don't know when the next one coming out, but it will come out.
Yeah.
But I had to get started. So until next time, thank you for watching. Go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah, man, you know what time it is, man. You're real right.
You so crazy. There you go.